We're learning new details about a deal between AT&T and President Trump's fixer, Michael Cohen. According to the Washington Post, the company paid Cohen $600,000 to work as an advisor on AT&T's proposed $85 billion merger with Time Warner. The report comes as lawyers for Michael Cohen are pushing back against released documents showing he received millions from companies seeking access to the president after the election. Michael Avenatti, the lawyer of adult film star Stormy Daniels, released Cohen's banking information Tuesday. Cohen's lawyers say some of the information in the document is true, but they also call much of the information completely inaccurate. It showed several payments, including one totaling $500,000 coming from a company linked to a Russian oligarch. Cohen's lawyers allege some of the information may have been stolen or leaked. Following that allegation, CBS News has learned the California Bar Association is investigating Avenatti. Joining me now is CBS News correspondent Paula Reid. So, Paula, let's start with these payments to Cohen. What were companies paying him for, and will this create more legal problems?
Well, earlier this week, Michael Avenatti released a report appearing to show bank records that indicated payments to Cohen from several well-known companies and a firm, a lesser-known firm, with ties to a Russian oligarch. AT&T, Novartis, and Korea Aerospace, they have all admitted that they paid Cohen for consulting fees in the weeks and months following the election. Now, sources tell CBS News that Cohen approached some of these companies offering insight into the new administration. Of course, many people in the weeks after the sort of surprise outcome of the election, they were looking for any insight they could get into this new unconventional administration, and Cohen was offering it up. But there are some questions in this document about whether or not all the source of this money, what it was used for, whether or not all of that was properly disclosed. So there could be more problems on the horizon for Cohen, who we know is already under federal investigation in New York.
Well, how did the back and forth between these two men start?
It started when Avenatti filed a lawsuit to invalidate an agreement that Cohen had negotiated with Avenatti's client, adult film star Stormy Daniels. Of course, that agreement was about $130,000 for her in exchange for not speaking about her alleged affair with President Trump. Avenatti is suing to invalidate that non-disclosure agreement for a variety of legal reasons that he has put forth. But this is really playing out in the court of public opinion, and Avenatti is on television almost hourly, putting forth new accusations and attacks against Mr. Cohen. Mr. Cohen has not taken the same approach. He sort of has his hands tied behind his back because as the target, as the subject of a criminal investigation, it is not in his legal best interest to go out and be on television every hour. So sort of watch this back and forth play out. And it was interesting that yesterday was the first time we really saw Cohen kind of punch back against Avenatti's relentless attacks.
Yeah, and why is Cohen punching back now?
It seems that Avenatti's request to participate, to intervene in the criminal investigation into Cohen in New York, that gave him an opportunity. He's not on cable news. He's not sitting down for an interview. This all happened in a court filing. Mr. Avenatti is trying to convince the court that he should be allowed to intervene, to participate in the ongoing criminal case against Mr. Cohen, because his client, Stormy Daniels, is part of that. There's some evidence related to her that's part of that case. But Mr. Cohen's attorneys are saying no way. They're saying Mr. Avenatti should absolutely not be able to participate in this case. They argue that Mr. Avenatti is engaging in a campaign to discredit Mr. Cohen, and therefore he should not be allowed to participate. But this sort of legal event, this provided an opportunity, a platform for Mr. Cohen to sort of safely engage here without going outside the bounds of what is sort of a good idea for someone under federal criminal investigation.
Well, we know Michael Avenatti is under investigation by the California Bar. What does that indicate, and could that spell legal trouble for the outspoken attorney?
That's right. CBS News has confirmed that the California Bar is investigating Mr. Avenatti after a rival attorney filed a complaint against him over some tax violations related to a business deal. But based on everything that's in the public record right now, the one who really faces true possible criminal charges is still Mr. Cohen. We know that FBI agents raided his home and offices last month, and he is under criminal investigation in New York. And this new report, Avenatti, does raise some legitimate legal questions about possible bank and wire fraud and even money laundering. So at this point, clearly Cohen is not the only one who is upset with Mr. Avenatti, but really especially when it comes to who may actually wind up in jail or be criminal charged. Things are not looking great for Mr. Cohen.
All right, Paula Reid in Washington for us. Paula, thank you.